Hello, everybody, and welcome back to M&J Games. And I am joined today by none other than Corey from WebbGaming. Corey, how are you doing, buddy?
Hi, Michael. Yeah, I'm great, thank you. I'm excited. It's been a while since I've done one of these, so I'm looking forward to this.
Yeah, I think the other one we did was Insomniac's Suma Beach when we both were on the PS4 and not the PS5 yet. So it's been a bit, man. How's everything going for you? Life treating you okay?
Yeah, just the usual, same stuff, different day.
Yeah.
um, yeah, but I mean, Christmas and New Year was pretty good. Spent some time with the family.
Well, that's
But
good.
yeah, just glad to sort of get back to a little bit of normality now.
Oh yeah, for sure, for sure. Well, that's good to hear. Well, today we are looking at a beautiful park as you're seeing us just kind of fly around part of it called Cape Driftwood, and it is created by Mr. Snelders. And I reviewed a park of his right around Thanksgiving time, I believe, or maybe it came out a little bit after that. And it was actually one that he had made a while back called Camelot, and then he reached out to me letting me know about this park that he had just completed, and so I'm super excited to look at it. It's obviously pirate themed, right? And it's built out on this cove, so this is a really kind of unique concept and idea. And so, do you have any initial thoughts, kind of before we get started with the tour?
Yeah, I mean, I love the idea of this like secluded island. Almost reminds me slightly of Fort Park, sort of
Mm-hmm.
like the island like no other. But yeah, no, just the overview. It looks like a great little park. Lots of detail. I've already seen sort of lots of custom-made roofs and
Oh yeah.
props that look really good. I can't wait to dive in and get a closer look.
Absolutely. So if we head over here to the entrance area, and this is the one thing that just I think you probably agree with me on this, that bugs me with the console version is not every map can you actually move the terrain up to where the entrance is. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like there's the line of where the map begins, so we can't mess with that terrain back there. So you
Yeah, I agree. I think they should put that barrier back behind the entrance to the park.
mhm.
Or at least level with it, just so you can mess around with that part of the terrain. Because especially with the path, because you can't change the color of the path, you're always stuck with that horrible red path.
Yeah.
Um, so
Yeah.
yeah, no, I do agree. And that horrible line where the terrain stops.
Yeah, I mean, as you can see right there. But I think this is a cool way if you're going to use the tropical map to kind of maybe correct that in a way is creating this bridge, and so it's kind of this massive cove. Just really, really cool. Really excited to look at it. And as I said, this is called that's a Cape Driftwood, and so cool little custom sign there using what looks like wooden planks. And then obviously the shipwreck piece, and that's a cool sign to kind of enter into the park.
Yeah, I really like that. I was just looking for supports because it looks like the D might be and the O might be floating, but
Oh,
um,
yeah, you're
other
right
than
about
that,
the.
other than that, it's a great custom-made sign. But obviously, that would be my only input. Would be just supporting it. But other than that, it's a great entrance area.
Yeah, it's a cool idea, and that rope needs to be connected. But I mean, at the end of the day, it's a cool design and idea. And then I like the idea of kind of having these, these three kind of arches
Yeah,
representing the kind of entranceway, and using the barrels to hide the actual ugly turnstile into the park. And right away, we come to this really cool skinned flat ride. This is cool.
oh, definitely. I really like that. The way he's used the wall pieces all around it.
Mm-hmm. Is this the Roctopus? I think is what it's called, or something.
Yeah,
Yeah, and then it's usually colored red, I think. So I like the coloring of it, just because to me I was like, "What ride is this?" And then I was like, "Oh, okay." But yeah, you're right. I mean, using the so if we look here, using the wall pieces around it, and then on top of that, you've got just cement, um, this Renaissance wall top with then these supports and fencing. I mean, there's a lot done. The only thing I would say is what I would do here is sorry for my cough there. what was I looking at? I was trying to look at paths. Is I would set this to where um, where's the curb on railing on elevated off. Yeah, so if you just change that, now it takes that railing off. Whereas before the railing was on as well.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, so that's the only thing that I would change there. But that looks amazing.
But then maybe, I mean, it could be that he'd maybe done that on purpose, just for that double protection.
Yeah, maybe. That's true.
Maybe.
I didn't even think about that. Yeah. That's a good point. It could be for that component of it, because it does look very kind of symmetrical with the other fence. So that was probably intentionally done. Would be my guess. But this is a great little
great
ride to
foliage
start.
around it as well.
Yeah, for sure. And that's one thing he does a good job of is using the foliage pieces and stuff. Switch way, left or right?
Let's be lucky and take a left.
Okay.
I've never
Now-
heard that saying before. I just made that up on the spot.
I mean, it sounds legit to me. Ooh, this is cool. Looks like it's supposed to be like underwater. That's really
Oh,
cool.
I see. That is cool.
So you got that's really, really well done. So we'll definitely obviously take a ride on that dark ride or flat ride, whatever the technical term for that one is. And I like the pathing here where it's like you got a lot of different, none of it's on a grid, but there's just a lot of different ways for the guest to walk with a lot of foliage kind of covering those areas.
Yeah, definitely. I like the way the two paths are next to each other. Sort of, I know it's quite hard to do that, but yeah, no, great little open plaza.
Mm-hmm.
Very nice.
For sure. We got a log flume to our left, and we got a coaster over there, which is what we love to see. Let's change this to a little more neutral time. Once again, I mean, really good foliage. Looks great.
Absolutely.
Oh, look at this building. This is cool.
That is a cool building.
Yeah, it seems like something that,
Most
like,
definitely.
yeah, it looks like something you'd be building, man. That's awesome.
No, it's great. I'm a big fan of making awkward shapes in wood buildings, because not every building is square.
Right.
So when you see things like this, it adds that extra bit of realism to it as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
All in all, great building.
And then we got my favorite. This has now become my favorite flat ride. Is the chair swing? Or no, never mind. That's a carousel. Never mind. I got excited for a second because I love the charo swing. It just looks so beautiful whenever it's in a park.
Yeah.
Oh, this is gonna be okay. So this is that track ride. So Subnautica. Okay, so obviously it's meant to be going underwater. But nice little queue. And then it's got a good view too with that Ferris wheel
I
right
was
there.
just about to say that. I was just about to say some great views.
Mm-hmm. All right. Oh, this looks nice on the inside too. Yeah, so far I definitely like what I see out of this park. It really has captured that tropical feel.
Oh yeah, definitely. You can tell it's a sort of pirate theme. But yeah, it's all around the park, some great views, some great levels, different levels of terrain. This part is just brilliantly done.
Oh yeah, it's amazing. Absolutely amazing. Wow. And the use of the bubbles too, like really makes you feel like you're truly underwater. Oh, that's cool.
Brilliant.
It's shipwrecked. And I just struggle to like build on a theme, and so to build an entire park just based around the tropical kind of pirate style theme is really impressive.
Yeah, absolutely. And sometimes when you sort of use the theme too much, you can run out of ideas. But that clearly never happened here, because everything you look at is just something different. It's brilliant.
Yeah, that's then having that plane there, like a plane crash as well, is cool. She's enjoying it. And it's a really cool name for it too, because it kind of first of all, Subnautica is just a cool name to begin with, and then it also really kind of lets you know essentially what the ride's kind of about. And I like the fact that they've got like these workers here that looks like they're opening the door for you. So that's kind of a really cool touch.
Yeah, he's done very well there.
Yep.
All round a very good dark ride.
And I was going the wrong way. And yeah, I was gonna go back down here because to me, like, I mean, there are a lot of things that are amazing about this ride, but this little area here is just spectacular, and how it turns to kind of face outward is just absolutely amazing. What kind of stood out to you about the ride?
Great in touch with that.
Yeah.
Sorry, say again.
Oh, my bad. Yeah, I said, what kind of stood out with you on this ride? Was it this part, or was there another part that kind of stood out to you?
Yeah, no, I mean, I love this part from the second I see it, and that water tank above it as well.
Oh, yeah.
Very well done.
That's cool.
I don't know how he's done that, but it's a great water tank. But yeah, the way it goes from that lit up area into that sort of deep, dark sort of depth of the sea and where the shipwrecks and plane crashes are. The transition from there to there is brilliant with the bubbles and that. And
yeah, it's really, really well done. Now, I will show you, this is pretty genius how he did this. He just took the water basin and just copied it. So it's just water basin on top of water basin to give it that look of like a water tower, and then using the waterfall feature to make the water look like it's obviously spilling out.
That's a very, very good idea. And as you can see, it's a little bit tilted. A little bit tilted forward, so that's really a good idea.
Yeah, oh, and I love this building too, seeing this from like an elevated view. Because, you know, down here I just kind of noticed this is still unique, obviously, having the different levels of elevation to your kind of shops and stuff. But then kind of seeing this little kind of rounded bit is awesome. Really, really cool. Really well done.
Yeah, absolutely, I agree. And again, as I said before, I'm a fan of oddly shaped buildings, so that's sort of right up my street.
Yeah, for sure. And then we both talked about this Ferris wheel and kind of the view that you kind of get of it as you're kind of walking up. And then obviously if you're on the top of the Ferris wheel, the view that you have of the rest of the park is just beautiful. Like looking at that, all this foliage here is really, really well done.
Absolutely. Great job.
So if we move on to the coaster, yes. Or I guess we'll go left first and then get to the coaster. Yeah, and this kind of reminds me, I actually watched this the other day again, was Nerd Chacho's nature and scenery tips. And this kind of reminds me of what he was talking about on there, just using like the conifers and these kind of plants to kind of line the edge of a path. And how kind of nice that looks, kind of using those little bushes right there.
Yeah, it does. Honestly, I've never thought of that myself. I tend to cover the whole grass patch in bushes and plants just to try and so there's nothing on show. But no, it does look good like that.
Yeah, it looks, especially over here with how this is set up, it looks like it was more realistic, and it looks like it's done on purpose to kind of hide a little bit of the grass behind it. But it's not overly done, which I think looks cool. Because obviously you've got this elevated part here, and then you've got some kind of little scenery pieces as the coaster's got its massive inversion there. Really, really well done. It's like another food shop. That looks nice. And then another skinned flat ride. Man, I've never skinned a flat ride before, and this guy's skinning every flat ride. Insane.
I really like the way you skin this one. The way that the path goes around the back of it. I really like that.
Yeah, the only thing I would say here is I would add a viewpoint. Because now, like, there's no reason for the guest to ever walk behind here. Whereas if we add a viewpoint maybe there, or even there kind of looking inward, it might give some guest a reason to kind of walk up here. And then plus, I mean, getting the view kind of out there to the water area is pretty nice.
Yeah, that's true. I'd agree with that. A nice little vista point there would be good. But all in all, though, it's a
Oh, there
great
is one
idea.
there.
Oh, there is.
Okay.
All right. We scratch everything we just said.
Yeah.
Ignore it all.
My bad,
Great
Mr.
job.
My bad, Mr. Snelders. We jumped the gun there. You've actually got 2 Vista points. So my bad.
Right. Next time, let's look at the part first before we talk about it.
Yep. No, but hey, it's good getting the raw reactions. But if we look down here, I think this is one of my favorite parts, is having this little dock that's just got this boat, and then you've got like this little outhouse out here. Like, this looks really, I mean, it's just really cool, kind of adding to that kind of island theme and stuff. So what's your thoughts on this little spot?
Yeah, definitely. I really like that. Is that actually usable by guests, or is that just those wooden? I think the path ends there.
Oh, it is. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, the path ends right there, so the guests can come down all the way to right there.
Oh, right, that's cool. That's a neat idea, that.
Mm-hmm.
And as you say, it goes really well with the theme.
Yeah, for sure. I think it looks really cool. It's just kind of that, adding that extra little touch. It's like this area. You got a little. I was expecting the performers. Oh, you got these. Gosh, these things are so creepy. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Let's see. I'm trying to make sure we don't get lost. What about this? Oh, it's leaning. It's like the Leaning Tower of Pisa.
I was just about to say that.
That's a cool
That's
little.
really good.
Yeah. It's like, obviously it's not used for anything, but it's still just kind of a cool little touch. A little touch of architecture and stuff.
Yeah, definitely. I'm just trying to think what pieces he's used for that.
Which part are you talking about? Up here?
Yeah, the buildings, because obviously you can't lean the buildings, the wall pieces and stuff. So
Yeah, so it looks like the. That's a good point. It's the vintage tower column.
oh, okay.
So it's
That's really good.
So it actually. See, it's like there's so many pieces in this game that I just don't know exist. Because it really is amazing. So that's really cool. But then obviously you got the. Then these textures were added on. Oh, let's see. Hold on. So why does it not let me click on that? I was trying to see what piece this actually is. There we go. The Baroque decorative trim panel. Yeah, see, there's so many like trim pieces that's like, I don't know. You see what people use, it's like, oh, I had no idea that existed.
Yeah, no, I agree, but it does add some great detail.
Yeah, and then we got
to the buildings.
Another nice flat ride here. Very short queue. So I've noticed that. I wonder, what do you think would be the reasoning for having a lot of short queues? Just, less guests kind of riding these rides, or what do you think's the thought behind that?
It could be a number of things. It could be limited space. It depends really. If he had done his terrain work first, he might not have had much space to put a long queue.
Yeah.
But in another sense, it could be to try and encourage guests to go more to the bigger rides. Yeah, I mean, I don't really mind with the flat rides.
Yeah.
When they've got short queues. Coasters, I do feel coasters are probably the most popular ride in the game, as well as the water rides. So as long as them two have got long queues, I think it works.
Yeah, and I think part of it too is, I mean, it saves on the counter, obviously. So I think that's a plus. But yeah, man, what about the views right here of this coaster area? This is cool. So let's once again.
Yeah, I really like that.
This is your kind of station then, huh? With the unique kind of look and design.
I love it.
Gosh, that is like such a cool kind of like watchtower or whatever that technically be called. Wow,
I tell you what, it's actually given me some great inspiration for some of my own buildings.
That's good.
But absolutely, I'm a massive fan of these buildings in this park.
Yeah, I figured you would be.
Great job with all of them.
Mm-hmm. Now let's go ahead and take a ride on the coaster, which this is cool using the. I mean, I do like sometimes when different coaster tracks cars are used or kind of shortened for different purposes. So using 4 only 4 cars allows you to use more trains and stuff. But if we look at the stats are really good. 125
Green
feet.
across the board.
Yep, green across the board. 6 inversions on Airtime Hill. So let's go ahead and take a ride on the coaster. All right, Corey, what are your thoughts on that coaster?
Excellent. It's a great little layout. It's an inversion after inversion. One extremely unique inversion, which I don't think I've seen many people do. But you know what? It kind of worked. I think because of the speed of it going through there, it made it work. But very smooth layout. All in all, a very good coaster.
Yeah, I agree. I think, and that's one thing too. I say this a fair amount, but like everybody plays the game differently, right? And that's one thing that's just fantastic about this game is seeing what are all the different coaster types and creations that kind of people come up with and design. Because like in real life, like you wouldn't see an inversion like this, but like you said, it is done so well and it works for kind of this area because it's just such a cool visual look if you're a guest here and you see that coaster fly by like that. But I think my favorite thing here is just like the amount of path interaction and just the amazing views that you get from a guest of this coaster is awesome. And I agree with you.
Absolutely.
Really smooth.
Absolutely. Anywhere you stand in this area, any which way you look, there's always a view of the coaster somewhere. In all honesty, and I probably shouldn't admit this, but when we were walking past here a minute ago, I honestly thought this was like an inverted coaster. But obviously now I realise it's not. I probably shouldn't have admitted that. But
because of this little spot right
this
here?
area looks great. Just because of this little spot here, because when we walked through here, I saw that and I thought it was an inverted coaster. But then obviously we went on it.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, it kind of threw me for a loop too, because I knew it wasn't an inverted coaster. So when I saw this, I was like, "Wait, are they upside down that whole time?" So, yeah, no, it was cool. I mean, that station is just phenomenal, incredible.
Absolutely, yeah. I say again, I'm a massive fan of these buildings in this park, and they've given me some great inspiration. I don't think I've seen a building yet that I'm not impressed with. So, you're doing a good job, Mr. Snilders.
Agreed. So we're going to continue going this way, and it looks like once again another massive building for a flat ride. Like this is insane.
Wow!
Look at this ride skin for this flat ride. Like that's majestic, is what that is. So it's like you're down here and you're walking up and you look up and see that.
It's just brilliant.
I mean, it would kind of get me scared for that ride, to be honest. So, that's really cool, though. So, it's called the Deep Jungle Ruins. Okay, so it looks like this would take us up to where that flat ride is. So, those are kind of the stairs to get up there and get down. And then as we go through this way, so what's this? It's Dragon's Den. Ooh, okay, so this must be the river rapids. And for anybody who watched, because I don't know if you ended up seeing that Camelot part, but his river rapids was really good on that last part. So So what'd you think about that one, Corey?
Yeah, very good, very detailed. A lot of good scenes there. Some great lighting. Yeah, all round great rapids ride.
Mm-hmm. Excuse me. So let's turn so we can see the. There we are. Oh, that is genius. Okay, putting the alligator animatronic in the head of the actual dragon to make it at night look like a dragon that's breathing fire.
I do love when at night. I love the way it's like a shadow of an alligator.
Yeah.
I got to admit that was probably my favourite part. Like how
Yeah.
it
No.
just,
Oh my gosh.
you can see the eyes lit up,
Oh my gosh.
and then you just see as the fire breathes out, you just see a shadow of the alligator.
Yeah.
I do like that. It's done very well.
Oh man, that is really cool. So we got to see this one more time. Oh man, that's like really well done. And that's like a perfect example of somebody manipulating the game pieces to kind of fit what their vision is, which is really cool. I think only thing I'd say, I think there are a couple spots where you can see lights kind of floating. So I would have just hidden them in the track. But really, really well done. And then also when you're up here, I mean, just look at the views kind of around. Looks nice. All the buildings are lit up nice. Oh, I didn't recognize this guy up here.
That was one of the previous actors.
Yeah. Yeah. I think we should look around at nighttime for just a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. This park looks really well lit.
Yeah. I just hope I'm not getting lost in the park because this is one of those parks that like it's a big park but it doesn't necessarily look like it right away, and then when you're actually walking around it, it's like, my goodness, it just keeps going on.
Yeah, I agree. It's one of the parks you can easily get lost in if you take the wrong turn in.
Yeah. Let's see.
That's ain't
ahead.
that one of them lift rides?
This right here.
I think so, yeah.
Let's see. Yeah, it looks like there's a ride in here. Oh, ooh, one of the elevator rides. Okay, yeah, we're obviously gonna check that out. I was just looking at it. I mean, that's just such like a majestic building, and then you've got the pillar or the column or whatever this is that's fallen over. Just really cool touch. You got the witch.
That's another flat ride skin.
Just insane. The question is, how do we get to that ride that I was looking at?
I think it's probably around the other side.
Now look at this. That is a cool plaza. That looks cool.
Pretty cool.
And it's just using the stucco roof pieces.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is a really clever idea.
Yeah. Only thing I'd say is maybe to kind of hide some of the imperfections around the edge there, you could actually place down like a wooden beam or something to kind of outline the edge of it. Because then you wouldn't see the little spots like that. But that's just like such a really cool idea to get a very unique looking plaza, because it's really tough to make plazas similar to this, right? So that is cool.
I agree.
Since we're here, let's go ahead and ride the Boomerang coaster. Let's see. So I'm gonna pause that for a second, and I mean, not really stats to look at on this one because it's a Boomerang. But it's called the Shifting Tides. So let's take a ride on the coaster. All right, so we just got off this major, I say major, this massive boomerang, or giant. I was trying to remember the technical word for it. So it's called the shifting tides. And I will say there was like something was glitching. Um, some glitching was going on where we literally waited for what was it? Probably 3 minutes waiting for the coaster to go. And it was like people couldn't get on or off. Um, So just be warned, if you do open up the park, you do need to close the ride down and then reopen it, just because for some reason it's glitching. But like the name of this was not kidding. This is a massive giant boomerang. What are your thoughts, Corey?
Yeah, I mean, it's probably the biggest one I've ever seen. But all in all, great layout, good speed, smooth, and some great views of the park as we're going around it as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure. Well, I would say I gotta give major props to Mr. Snelders because like when I build coasters, I go a lot for realism, all this different stuff. And so if I were to make a boomerang, it would be like the most basic ride ever because they're all pretty basic. But this is such a cool layout for this type of coaster where but it looks like it's something that could really, really work. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not something crazy or overdone. Like it is a massive 0G roll, but it's like, it's different than just your traditional come through the station, do the Cobra roll, and then come down, then you're looped, then go up.
Yeah.
So I think it's really, really well done, and I really, really enjoyed that coaster.
Absolutely, and I like the color scheme to it as well.
Yeah, it's cool. And then obviously the station, it's not covered, but adding these extra supports here, I think is a cool touch. The only thing is the actual coaster is not being supported. So what you could have done is, instead of having these kind of thinner beams, maybe use the thick wooden beams going across. And I know, well, no, never mind. They're not going in like a slot or anything. Like I was wondering if he used these narrow ones because it was kind of going in a part of the wall. But you could just use the thick wooden beams and then have like a little support thing kind of attached down to the coaster. Would be my only suggestion. But either way, I agree with you. Another nice station. Oh, I didn't even realize it was over a little bit of water. It's like a little moat or something.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah, really, really
touch.
Cool. Mm-hmm.
The drawbridge underneath the path. Exit path.
I just noticed that too. Yeah, it's a cool little touch. And then here's what
Excellent.
the plaza looks like in the daytime. So, little design.
Looks even better.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it looks better in the daytime, but I suppose in the nighttime you can really see all the ridges and patterns on the floor.
Yeah, I mean, it just looks really good elevated, especially this part here. So what I'm wondering is, I just want to know, how do you get all these little... So what I'm guessing is, oh my gosh, the amount of pieces that had to be used.
I know
there.
how he's done that because I've done similar. I think in our last park that we did for our campaign makeovers, I did my carousel roof with the stucco pieces.
Okay.
And I've done a similar thing. That's probably about 20 different buildings all rotated to get that shape. But yeah, it's a really neat idea.
Yeah, really cool. And by the way, I can't believe I've just now said this. I even told myself before you started to make sure to say this in the beginning. The link is right in the description to go check out Corey's channel. So make sure to go, if you haven't, check out Corey's channel. It's WebbGaming. So my bad, Corey. That is really terrible of me. So I'll make sure and put the link in the description. But yeah, we are working on our third campaign map right now with Iron Maddie and Jasmine. So it's going well, and hopefully a video will be out fairly soon. But yeah, I mean, look at this. This is awesome.
Absolutely. Again, I know I keep saying it, but there's not a single building in this whole park that I've seen yet that I'm disappointed with. Every single one of them has impressed me. Every single one of them is a different size, a different shape. It's got something detailed on it. It's just brilliant.
Yeah, and just even the little plaza up here with all the different kind of stairs going up to it, and then you've added in the extra supports for that kind of little spot is really cool. What I'm wondering is how in the world did we get to this ride? Because there's a ride in here, right?
I believe there is. It must be up on that plaza somewhere. No.
No, I looked. Oh, that's a cool roof. Wow, that's a really cool roof.
I think
Let's
it
see.
is up there. You must have to go into the building somehow.
No, let's see. We're
Oh
gonna
no, is it round the other side? I think it's round to the right hand side.
to the right hand
'Cause
side.
I think it's round the back there somewhere.
Let's see. Hold on. I see something here. Is this a stall? Yeah, it's a stall. Um, this is really well hidden.
I think it's round the front here. It's got to be over here somewhere. Down there. It was down there.
Here we
That's
go.
it. I think this is it here.
Oh, that makes sense. Yep. Oh, we're going way underground. Look at these stairs. What if somebody just took a tumble down this?
I have no answer for that.
Well, that's the
Have you got good
exit.
health insurance.
Yes, that's the exit. Where's the queue? All right, we're gonna figure out where the queue entered at, and then so then I can you guys can make fun of me and think, how in the world, Michael, did you not find that? Let's see. Whew. Oh, you were right all along. It was like right here. Oh my gosh. Okay, so Firelins,
I think that's Firelink.
Firelink. Oh, I see it now. The K on the end.
Firelink Shrine.
Mm-hmm. This is definitely gonna need to be a night view. Yeah, nice touch. Having these kind of doorway pieces. So I'm expecting this to be pretty awesome. I don't know about you, but this has got the looks of being really, really cool. All right, Corey, what kind of stood out to you about that ride?
Definitely that Kraken at the bottom. I was not expecting
Mhm.
that to jump out at me.
Yep.
But all in all, it's great theming. Great little storyline to it as well. Obviously, seeing right at the end, the Kraken's been slayed.
Jinx. No, I'm just kidding.
But yeah, no, it's really good. Really well done.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's really, really well done. And one thing that's cool too is, I hope it's okay with me saying this because I believe Mr. Snelder is like me, is an educator, and I think he's a history teacher. So you can really kind of see this within his parks, just this love of kind of using a lot of these medieval themes and more stuff that kind of goes aligned with history. And so I wonder what type of history he teaches. But this is really, once again, just absolutely amazing. And then, like, look at the roof on this. Like, how cool does that look?
That does look absolutely amazing.
I mean, it's just using many different roof pieces facing different ways. And it's like normally when the roofs overhang, it looks kind of weird. But with this one, like, it works. It looks
It
obviously,
does,
it looks
absolutely.
intentional.
Yeah, absolutely. And I can't even lie. I will download this park and I'll be using some of these buildings as inspiration because they're just brilliant.
Yeah, just, I mean, absolutely amazing. I don't think we can say more. Once again, you've got the kind of little plaza pieces there with the nice kind of little center point. Oh, we got two more rides to look at, I believe. We got this water coaster, which I think this is the entrance to it. And I was looking to see if there's a sign for the name. I love this frisbee ride. I mean, let's see. Even just adding the detail of kind of making it, adding these like ivy, kind of whatever these dead roots are.
Yeah,
I mean, you could just tell the attention to detail that is used on. Oh, never mind. That's to this ride. The attention to detail that's used just on every single ride in the park is just amazing. Really impressive.
absolutely. Yeah.
Let's see if I can actually find the entrance this time. I'm guessing it's over this way. Man, this park just keeps on going. Oh, that's cool. Little rope, like a little ropes course there.
Excellent. Here we are.
The Cursed Diamond. All right. And it, like, even though it's using different building pieces, it's everything's still being tied in together where it really kind of feels very similar to the rest of the park. And so Cursed Diamond is, stats are good. To me, these are good stats for this type of water coaster. And obviously it's not going to invert at all. Biggest drop 51 feet, so there's 4 airtime hills. So let's take a ride on the coaster. All right, so we just got off the Cursed Diamond, I believe is what it's called, and I thought it was pretty good. I definitely think there are some areas for improvement overall in the ride. Like I think it could be smoothed out some, but I will say I've honestly never made this coaster in the game, so I don't necessarily know how difficult it could be to kind of create some different layouts. But I think it's very unique in that it had a lot of kind of cool interactions with it, and kind of another story to tell. It was also a long ride. It had a long layout, and the station's amazing, like really cool. So what are your thoughts, Corey?
Yes, I mean, first and foremost, I love the station.
Yeah.
No complaints about any buildings in this park at all, but love the station. Just to touch on what you said a little bit with the smoothing, and I have tried one of these coasters before, and they are an absolute nightmare, especially with the lip that drops into the water.
Mm-hmm.
There's only two of them that you get with the coaster, and you can't change them at all. So they're really janky. But I think with this coaster, you had great pace going over some of the hills. It wasn't too quick. The one thing I would maybe say is that in some areas, it was a little bit claustrophobic, but it does work. I think you have done it all round. You've done a good job with this. So well done.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I mean, it's just really kind of an interesting layout too when we kind of look at the overview of it. So really, really cool and interesting. I was like, what is this down here? But I was like, oh, that's part of the ride. Yeah, and one trick that he used in his previous park that is such a cool trick is actually use the River Rapids track and placed it in the ground and messed the terrain around it to where it looked like, and used rocks and stuff to where it looked like a running river, like a little stream or something. And so that's a really cool kind of trick that he used. So really cool. Now I think we are done except for this little water ride, and so since these normally don't really do too much, we'll just kind of follow it around and see. But while we're doing that, Corey, as I'm getting the HUD off the screen here, what are some of your overall views and thoughts on this amazing park?
Yeah, so I mean, all round, it's a great little park. Some absolutely amazing detail. The theming, you've knocked it straight on the head. It's spot on. The nighttime view, all the lighting's brilliant. The coasters are great. You know how I feel about your buildings. The buildings are absolutely amazing. And as I say, I'll definitely be taking some inspiration from them myself. All round, this is a park I would love to visit in real life. So you've done an absolutely amazing job. So well done, Mr. Snelders.
Yeah, I totally agree. As this is kind of a cool little area for the boat, kind of going around where that ride is and stuff. And yeah, I just second everything you're saying. I think it's the way that you have put this whole. Oh my gosh, we forgot about the log flume. Totally forgot about the log flume. We can't. Okay, we will end. We'll go on the log flume. But yeah, so I just think the whole kind of the way you put the park together, that Mr. Snelders has put the park together, is just amazing. And just the skinning of all the flat rides and just the attention to detail and everything is insane. And the coasters are so unique but really well done. So I definitely like this park a lot. Really, really cool. And let's definitely ride this log flume at night. I can't believe I almost forgot about the log flume. Wherever the queue is to it, which I've been so terrible at finding queues today.
I just saw the station over there. Where are we? Zoom out. Just there, down there where the boat is, I think. Straight down in front of you to your left.
To my left.
Up, no, to the right. You're going the wrong way.
I'm going the wrong way.
To the right now. Over there, the little boat.
Oh, the little boat. Oh, here. Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
Man, I am so bad at this. Good gosh, it is. I'm gonna blame it on work today. No, I'm just kidding. This is looks to be just absolutely amazing. So we'll do look forward with this one. I mean, that's a really good job of hiding that entrance and make it look like it's part of that boat, like you were saying.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll have to take a look at the queue afterwards. But that's
Yes,
great.
for sure. Yeah, it's I'm sure it's annoying or not annoying, but weird when you're trying to tell me which way to go and I'm keep turning the opposite direction.
Some good interaction there
Yeah, absolutely.
with both the path and the ride.
Mm-hmm.
The views are just spectacular.
Yeah, absolutely. And I love just the shipwrecked boat right there. Like that to me is just such a cool touch and cool visual for the area.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, I agree.
And the lighting on this is just spectacular. Gosh, this is cool.
I can't get enough of the views.
Mm-hmm.
Every which way you look around from this ride, there's just a spectacular view.
Yeah. All right. So the queue's to the left, Michael. That's what I need to. Queue is right here. So I'm guessing this is probably a pretty cool queue as we are. It's like we're traveling through the forest. Yeah. Now, to my defense,
It was hidden very well.
the entrance to essentially all of the vast majority of his rides or coasters in this park are like way away from where the ride actually is. Like that, but I mean, it's really cool though. Like it's tough to find. Like it's not like it's right there. Like, oh, we see the log flume here. The queue's got to be right here somewhere. It's off to the side. But that is really, really a cool entrance. Is it called Buccaneer Bay? Perfect name for it.
Absolutely. Brilliantly hidden.
Then we got is that the owl? Is that right? Or no? Never mind. The what's it called? A
Parrot.
parakeet. Parrot. Yeah, I said parakeet. That's not. Yeah, yeah. Whew, just off today. But yeah, amazing park. I mean, just look at the lighting. So well done, and it's not overdone, but it's so perfectly done to where you can tell this park is also meant to be a night park as well as a day park.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So, any final thoughts, Corey?
No, I think I've pretty much covered everything. It's just, I just want to say again, absolutely well done, Mr. Snelders. You've done a great job with this park.
Yeah, absolutely amazing. And so, guys, once again, thank you so much for watching. Make sure to go check out Corey's channel. And if you enjoy his content, make sure to subscribe and make sure to hit the like button on this video. And thank you so much for joining me, Corey.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, have a great rest of y'all's day.